You know what's really weird? Because last night I watched Spiral from the Book of Saw, which was just so bad, and that had Chris Rock in it, and he was terrible in it. And now on Netflix, Rustin just released, and Chris Rock is in it, and even though he's in it very little, he does kind of do a good job, and it's also a dramatic role. What a coincidence. Rustin is read by George C. Wolfe and stars Coleman Domingo, Chris Rock, Lynn Turman, Amel Amin, CCH Pounder, Michelle Potts, and Bill Irwin, and gay civil rights activist Bayard Rustin helps Martin Luther King and others organize the 1963 March on Washington. Hello, you weird, beautiful movie lovers. My name is Louie, aka Movie Phantom, and today we are talking about Rustin, which is the brand new Netflix movie that premiered back at, TIFF back in September, and I've been curious about this movie, especially this year. I had never heard of Bayard Rustin until I heard about this movie, and especially when the trailer dropped. And so it finally dropped on Netflix today, and I just watched it, and now after watching it, I gotta say, I actually enjoyed this movie. Is it perfect? No, but for what it does, I think it does it well. First off, I'm gonna get the obvious out of the way here. Coleman Domingo is great as Bayard Rustin. He is amazing, and even though this movie is around Oscar bait season, with a lot of Oscar bait movies coming out, even if this was Oscar baity, I think he does deserve it. I think he did a great performance with this. He puts this very, pretty underheard person, honestly, well, mainly from my perspective, and just shows so much of him that just makes you want to look into his life and just look to see what he was like. And it also sucks, by the way, that he doesn't get the attention, even though it was his part on doing the greatness that happened with the civil rights activists. But anyways, he does do a great job. He has so much energy with it. His voice just... I don't know what it is about his voice with it, but I don't know, it just works. He is great with dramatic scenes, and he is great. I don't think anyone else did a bad job, honestly, even though mostly the performances were kind of Oscar baity, though admittedly I do think everyone did a good job. The direction that goes with, mainly with the last 30 minutes. To be exact, I was mainly thinking when I was getting to the end, okay, I guess this will be okay, I guess, but the last 30 minutes definitely saved it for me. The ending to it just has a nice mark on it, and I do think it was really well done. The camera work itself was really great, especially with the last 30 minutes where it looks like old footage, and even if it was old footage, then it looked great. I don't know what I'm saying, but if that wasn't real footage off that event, then that looked great. It looked absolutely great. There are many shots that looked great, and also there are some brief flashbacks are in black and white, and I really liked that, because I don't know what it is, but I always like movies that have flashbacks and choose to do black and white if it's necessary. And here I really thought it was necessary, and I really liked that they did it. It really added to it with what it was going for. There was also the runtime. I never felt the runtime, admittedly. It flies by, and it was paced well. It does have kind of a slow pace, honestly, because, well, this is obviously a biopic, and you can pretty much predict beat by beat, admittedly. I'll get to that later. But, admittedly, it flies by, and I was shocked with me checking that there was an hour left and then 30 minutes left. I mean, genuinely, it flies by, and I wasn't really that bored by it. I was a little not interested all the time, but admittedly, for the most part, I was never bored, and it was pretty interesting and fascinating to see what happened, admittedly, even if they didn't get the facts right, because, well, this is a biopic, but even with that, it is very interesting to watch. Issues, I would say, would probably be the writing itself. There are a lot of scenes in it that I just didn't feel the emotion that it wanted me to feel properly, like, with these characters, and while I did feel the emotions, I didn't, feel it most of the time, and also the script itself is very predictable. Even though this is a biopic, it is pretty predictable with it, especially with the last 30 minutes, which I did love, but like I said, but, I do wish it had a little more with it. But that is mainly it itself. That is my mainly only issue. I think I had something else, but I forgot. But anyways, overall, I really did enjoy Rustin, and even if it is maybe Oscar bait, since this is around Oscar movie season, I actually really enjoyed it. And if it gets nominated for anything, I think it would do. I think it would probably deserve it. Also, the score itself was really great. It had a nice jazz feel with it. It has a nice 60s feel with it. I'm pretty sure Colman Domingo will get nominated for Best Actor. And I also hope that it gets nominated for cinematography and music. If there's none else, if there isn't any else, or if those two didn't get nominated, and something like the writing, which I didn't love, but I think it would deserve it, honestly, because I would like this movie to get some attention. It's on Netflix right now, like I said, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you want to know who this person is, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Overall, I give Rustin a B. So those are my thoughts on Rustin. What did you think about this movie? Did you love it, hate it? Let's agree, disagree down below in the comments. Come and tell me. I don't really know what I'm gonna review next. There will be a review for Napoleon and Wish, and also for the first 4 episodes off Invincible Season 2. Maybe I'll review Saw X, because I'm finally going to be able to watch it tonight, since I binged through the Saw movies. Maybe I'll do a ranking, maybe telling my thoughts on them. But I don't know. Anyways, that's it from me so far. Yeah, stay awesome.